ready to go here. It's going to be fun. Here they come. Here they come. Boogity, 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 boys. Let's go racing.
Tony Stewart, the 20 car, the orange car, he jumped to the high side there in a hurry.
He did that because Bobby Labonte did not come up through the gears very quickly. Stewart thought he might be able to take advantage, but no. They square off just like they started, 2 by 2.
But he got a good run on that high side off turn 2 down the backstretch.
And just remember, you know, you look back here, you say, man, they're racing awful hard, and it's only the first lap. You cannot lose contact with the front cars. You got to keep everything, you got to keep them in sight.
Darrell, I know those cars behind Ryan Newman are side by side, but did you see how he accelerated off that corner right around the bottom off turn 4?
You know what, Rich, he is ready. He is ready to go.
Fire in his eyes.
Whoa!
Baby!
Textbook definition, loose.
I mean,
all that is you're coming off of there, Mike, Larry, you got the wheels turned hard left, you're underneath somebody, you're accelerating 800 horsepower, and all of a sudden that front end catches and the back end swings out.
And he had to jump out of the throttle, and you saw Tony Stewart in the 20 car able to pull right up beside him, and Bobby Labonte, his teammate in 18.
Man,
now Spencer gets some momentum back.
It almost looked like something happened to Elliott going in there that time, or else they were just coming that much faster than he was.
Rusty Wallace has now caught that pack, and so has Jimmy Johnson.
Yes, he has. You know, we heard in his interview in the pre-race he was happy with his race car, started back in 11th, and he's up there right on the rear bumper of Rusty Wallace.
I looked for Rusty Wallace to have a pretty good day today. He's really been concerned about how his car has been fast like it was at Rockingham, but he ended up not winning the race. They've made a lot of changes to compensate for that today.
And he's as hungry for a win as that dog on Spencer's hood.
Got the gusto of a hungry hound.
But right now, that 48 car, he's hungry. As he pulls underneath Rusty Wallace, you see the Fox tracks right there. He's about a little over 3 seconds behind Ryan Newman. Rusty on the high side was able to keep the momentum down the front stretch, though, coming off 4. Darrell, it almost looked like Jimmy's out handling Rusty, but I believe Rusty's handling pretty good down that straightaway.
That's where I like for him to handle, down that straightaway, baby. It makes your job a lot easier when you can pass them in a straight line.
Boy, we got a battle right here, though, for second with these 4 cars. Bill Elliott, Jimmy Spencer, Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte. It's 7 cars, actually.
Yeah, Joe Nemechek's caught them now. The red car at the top of the screen. There.
And don't be surprised if at some point in time today we don't say that 25 car's got a pretty good chance of winning this race.
And this is a good battle right here, but while these guys are doing this battling, Ryan Newman, the leader, he's pulled out to almost a 3-second lead.
He's down about Macon right now. I don't know. These other boys at Griffin.
Bye-bye.
I mean, you see that group right there, you almost see 3 different grooves, 3 different lines they're running through the corner. One on the bottom, one in the middle, and one on the high side. It's good to see Jimmy Spencer running good in that 7 car. I mean, we've talked to him, Darrell. He's got confidence right now in his race car and in what he's doing. And I think maybe he's going to show somebody I can still drive one of these race cars.
Well, I think Jimmy's one of those kind of drivers. You've got to listen to what he's telling you and give him what he wants. He is a driver that knows what it takes to go fast, but you got to give it to him. You can't just argue with him.
Darrell, at these speeds, is this kind of racing, is it fun for the driver, or is it nerve-wracking?
Not much fun right now. You just want to get, what you'd like to do is get what we call in a rhythm. Get somewhere by yourself and be able to run your own pace. Here's a cat that's moving up like gangbusters, oh buddy. Started dead last back there in the back. He's up to 23rd place. Dale Jr. is on a mission. That car's been screwed up all weekend. I mean, he couldn't even qualify it.
And, you know, looking at the score monitor, even back there racing, he's about a 10th quicker than leader Ryan Newman right now.
Another fast mover, Rusty Wallace, who's made the move on Tony Stewart. That's for 6th place.
And Darrell, I talked to Rusty's crew chief, Bill Wilburn, this morning. He told me we've kind of changed our practice philosophy. We're not throwing fresh tires at it constantly because we know we're not going to be on fresh tires the entire race.
Rusty Wallace has a really bad habit of making a change, going out and running one corner and coming in and say, I don't like that. I've never seen Rusty sit out there and run 10, 15, 20 laps like most of these other guys do.
Boy, I tell you, right up in front of Rusty, a car that is on the move is Jimmy Johnson, that 48 car. I mean, he is picking a car off a lap.
And that's, you know, that's a big change from last year here when he kept spinning out. I mean, this place, probably the last race here last year, cost him a good shot at winning the championship.
Joe Nemechek with a 1-second lead in Atlanta. finished last season strong, but he has only one top 10 this season, and that came last week in Las Vegas.
But he's been running really good. He ran well at Daytona, Rockingham, and of course he finished pretty good at Las Vegas last week. This team, Peter Suspenzo and him, I think are really starting to get on the same page.
See there on the Fox tracks, he was about a 1 2 quarter Bobby Labonte behind leader Joe Nemechek.
Ryan Newman has dropped to 10th place. Dick Berger in trouble?
Yeah, there may be trouble on Ryan Newman's car in a couple of places, Mike. His water temperature is up to 240 degrees. He has radioed to his crew several times in the last several laps that he simply cannot hang on to the car. The most recent transmission, he said, he thought he had a flap. The crew right now on the wall waiting for Newman. He is going to come in and take 4 tires, and hopefully they'll be able to get this thing straightened out so he'll be fast again. He has really had his hands full. Newman earlier this week had a perfect week. He had led every single one of the practice sessions, fastest guy there, and every one of them started on the pole, but now he's the first guy to make a pit stop with a potential problem, flat tire.
Leaders continue to make pit stops here. Steve Burns.
Joe Nemechek getting 4 tires and gas. Mike Joy, Jeff Fabian, Adam Davis, the tire changers. No adjustments to the 25 car. The jack man is David Cox. Tire carriers, Dwayne Trammell and Kevin Sigafus. Little trouble on the right rear for Nemechek. Slow stop for the leader, the 25. Finally get the left rear tire on, and Nemechek is away 22.3 seconds. Matt Yoakum.
Service already going on the left side of Jimmy Johnson's Chevrolet. They've already made a chassis adjustment. His car was tight and getting tighter. He dropped all the way back to 5th before pitting.
Jeff Gordon's in. Rusty Wallace, Dale Jr. in. Jeannie?
Rusty Wallace into pit, and the plan is to make no adjustments. He said the car was starting to tighten a little bit, and they hope that the only adjustment they'll have to make, of course, with the air pressure of the tires, leaving the track bar right where it is at and getting as much fuel as they can. He is happy with this car.
Jeff Burton missed his pit, had to back up into it, and did so. That'll be costly.
Leader's in, 18's in. Tony Stewart takes the lead.
That'll give him 5 bonus points.
Tony's doing something that's rather uncharacteristic of him as we watch Bobby Labonte get into his pit box.
Jeannie?
Bobby Labonte complaining of just a little bit of a push, but so far so good. Plan here is to get tires and to raise that track bar a little bit, and again, as much fuel as he can handle.
Ricky Rudd, Kenny Schrader, Steve Park on pit road, and here comes the leader, Tony Stewart.
I was going to say about Stewart, Mike, he's been right up against the wall, outside wall, which is unusual for him. He usually likes to hook that bottom, and I bet he will before the day's over. Let's watch his pit stop.
Mike Lingerfeld is wearing our Fox crew cam today. Matt?
And Mike goes to work on the front. They're going to make a chassis adjustment. You see Jeff Gooch Patterson cranking some wedge. Stewart just loose, especially in the center of the corner, Darrell. That's why you saw him change his line from the bottom, which is where he typically runs, to go to the high side. Service complete.
Let's have a look at the pit stop summary. Joe Nemechek came in as the leader, came out 9th with that 22-second stop. Bobby Labonte held on to 2nd. Jeff Gordon, the big gainer, from 4th to 1st. New to Winston Cup this season, the McDonald's drive-through challenge, powered by Powerade. All pit stops are timed, and the crew with the shortest time on pit road each week wins $20,000, $200 grand to the team that wins the season-long championship.
I mean, that's so phenomenal that they're acknowledging these guys that are making it happen, along with a lot of other people and the driver making it happen on pit road. It's great that they can compete for that kind of money now through McDonald's.
And again, it's Labonte leading Jeff Gordon. So Chevys have the top 5 spots currently, even though Ford has won 2 of the first 3 races so far this year.
Well, we've been talking about it off and on all year long, that sooner or later maybe these guys would get on track.
You got to remember something, Mike. Larry, you know this. Chevrolet's got a lot of good race teams. I mean, they've got teams that are supposed to run up front. So it's not any surprise. It's not just the Chevrolet car, it's the Chevrolet teams.
And the owner of one of those multi-car Chevy teams absent from the race here in Atlanta today.
Yeah, Richard Childress, his mom, Virginia Hodge, passed away last night. She was 79 years old, been battling a brief illness. Richard Childress left the racetrack this morning, and we certainly, our prayers and thoughts will be with the entire Richard Childress family and friends.
Trouble over here. The number 6 blew up again.
Caution is out, and I'm going to tell you, Mark Martin just had drove away from Bobby Labonte. There you heard him say it.
2 weeks in a row. Here comes
Elliott Sadler to 38. He'll get back on the lead lap. Ricky Craven, Kurt Busch, Jeremy Mayfield will not.
Doesn't look like much moisture down out on the speedway. NASCAR taking no chances, putting the first caution flag out of the day. It comes out at lap 135 for Mark Martin.
Last year, Mark had one of those dream years where he had a really good chance to win the championship. Ran well every weekend, but boy, this year he's kind of off to that 2001 start where he just never was in the hunt.
And again, Darrell, we showed just a few laps ago where he was right in front of leader Bobby Labonte. He had drove away about 2 seconds in front of him. There you see the Fox tracks, about 60 miles an hour. That's what the pace car brings them down to the start-finish line. There's 12 happy people. How about if we make millions of people happy by doing
Shutting up. We'll shut up.
And crank it up.
Green, green, green.
Coming around to complete lap 143, Bobby Labonte, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson. 5 Chevrolets out front. Kyle Petty returns to the race after changing a sway bar and fuel pump.
You know, I got friends at home. Stacy Harvey comes to mind. They got surround sound, like we said, he got it for Christmas. Normal people, you know, and they love that crank it up. And he said it shakes everything off of his counters.
Put it in perspective, after restart, it's only 34,000 horsepower.
Isn't that something? 97 smoking, bud.
Uh-oh.
And remember, he'd been smoking earlier in the race, too.
And remember, his teammate had a problem a little bit ago, too.
That's a lot of smoke.
And he was up there trying to get his lap back on leader Bobby Labonte just a lap or two ago.
Well, here's the thing I can promise you. This place will suck the guts right out of a good engine.
I mean, you see his miles per hour right there. It's getting slower and slower, and they have thrown the black flag on him. He goes to the apron. The caution is out. Caution is out. See if anybody can get their lap back. It don't look like anybody's going to be close enough.
Well, I don't know. Bobby Labonte is really, really slowing down over.
Bill Elliott coming hard.
Half of the field's going to get their lap back.
Crash in the back straightaway off turn 2.
I think they're going to crash here trying to get back on the lead lap.
Can Elliott make it?
No.
No.
Sterling Marlin in the 40 was trying as well.
You know, it's a good thing to let people get their lap back, but you can't do it way over in the middle of 3 and 4.
Oh, boy. Brett Bodine among the cars wrecked coming off turn 2 as they ran to the caution.
And then, my friend, what is that old saying about cautions?
They breed cautions. Yes, they do. Gosh. Brett Bodine, the last single car team owner driver on the circuit, running a partial schedule this year.
Got his crew chief back, Mike Hillman, and him, and they've been they've had a good weekend so up till now.
Yeah, all the stuffing's out of that bird. All right, you'll see Kurt Busch smoking down on the apron there, but
even if he's not putting anything down, Mike, the distraction of a car smoking.
You saw Brett Bodine and Kenny Wallace in the 23 car getting together right off turn 2 onto the backstretch.
And John Andretti is going to drive right through one for the second week in a row. Yes, he is.
Yeah. You know, the 97 is down on the apron. I gotta think, I almost gotta believe that those guys were reacting to the smoke rather than getting in something.
Let's see what Kenny Wallace's onboard camera shows. A lot of glare.
see, and of course, the way I see it, there's going to be another caution here right away because these guys are all over each other. See, everybody just get with these cautions. You just keep coming in, making the car better. We're coming in, changing the car around a little bit, making it better and better. Gives you an opportunity to race with people that you didn't have a chance to race with before.
I'll tell you what, talking about racing, not only did Joe Nemechek in that 25 car win the race off pit road, he's all over his teammate right now for second place. Gordon's running the low line. Joe Nemechek's running about a lane up at both ends of the racetrack.
And you know the funny thing, I said, Joe, I mean, it's got to be notes, right? Setup, same setup every time. He said they've never run the same setup here twice.
There you see Joe Nemechek from 6th to 3rd on pit road. Steve Burns, what's going on with those boys?
Well, Larry Mack, you're right. They had a great pit stop, 14.06 seconds. Now, just before the caution came out, Joe said I'm a little snug, so they took a round of bite out and put a ½ a pound in that right rear tire.
Sounds like this old racetrack's tightening up now.
Yeah, it is.
Front end starting to lose that grip.
Yeah, as you try to run the bottom, you want to get down into the bottom of the racetrack. It gets slick down there, and you got to get it where it'll turn.
All right, Rusty Wallace now, he's almost a ½ a lap down. He has 4 fresh tires. And remember, they made several pit stops during that caution to get that tow out corrected.
There, he's running a 31.7, and the leaders are at a 30.50. So he's not in real good shape.
All right, here's what these guys did after they got their 4 fresh tires. They made that pit stop, then they came back to pit road to check the tow out. They're using these sticks on each side right here. That tells them how much tow out or tow in they have. You want about a 1/16 of an inch, which would be wider at the front than at the back. The next stop they came in, and what they did is they fixed it by adjusting the tie rod. And this is what goes on. See, his right front was towed way in, just like that one. And what they did, they had to go down there, raise the hood, and loosen the tie rod. 2 little old bolts, and they had to turn it out to where it would put it back to about a 1/16 out. They rechecked it. They had to tighten those 2 bolts right there and send him on his way. And you're having to do that in a hurry because the green flag was coming out.
Jeannie, how's it working for Rusty now?
Well, not as great as he would have liked, guys. It's still towed out about a 1/4 inch. So as you can imagine at this moment, crew chief Bill Wilburn is praying for a caution.
Smoker in turn 1. He may get his wish.
Straightaway going into 1.
A lot of smoke from Kenny Schrader.
Clean about oil.
Caution is out. That is the break Rusty Wallace needs right there. I think he was screaming on.
Did you hear that?
Complain about oil.
Complain about it. I don't know. Just complain about it.
Do something.
No, the cars are down here in 3 and 4, and it happened down here in 1 and 2, and it's a complaint about oil. They ain't even married yet.
Now, nobody else was close enough to get their lap back. There you see Kenny Schrader, the 49 car, as he brings our 4th caution out.
But, Larry, when you hit the wall as hard as Rusty did, I was looking at it. You're going to bend a ball joint. You're going to bend some stuff underneath there that is going to keep that car from driving real good. They might get it better, but it's not going to be right.
This is the 4th engine to go today. 2 Fords, Mark Martin and Kurt Busch, 2 Dodges, Bill Elliott and Ken Schrader.
Too much gear, too much RPM, sustained. This joint here just, like I said, it sucks them apart.
It looks like all the leaders will come to pit road except Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8. He stays out. And I believe he's the only one that stays out that's on the lead lap.
Steve?
But Jeff Gordon said his car is too loose, Mike. He says, I'm better on the long runs. They had talked about dropping the track bar on Jeff Gordon's Chevrolet. Let's go to Jeannie.
Bobby Labonte making his way in for 4 more fresh tires. A little frustration as he was making his way into the pit. Matt?
And service complete for Tony Stewart. No adjustments.
Jimmy Spencer and that group in the 7 car, they were not in their pit box. They had to back him up, so he's pretty much going to go out dead last of the lead lap cars, other than it looks like maybe Dave Blaney.
Pretty crowded down at that end of the pit road there, Larry. All the good cars are right down there together. A little harder to get in, get out.
And again, this is a break for Rusty Wallace, because not only does he stay on the lead lap, does that overflow, a little bit of fuel overflow on the rear, but they get to restring that car and try to get a little closer.
Yeah, they got the poles out there. They're measuring that toe out, and there you see him adjusting the tie rod. Plenty of time here. That's the good thing about a 1.5 mile racetrack. You have plenty of time. Spotters telling them, I'm sure, where the pace car's at.
We just restarted half a lap ago following the 4th caution flag of the day. They're going to come around to complete lap 190. It's Dale Earnhardt Jr. out in front of pole sitter Ryan Newman. Joe Nemechek, Bobby Labonte, Jeff Gordon, the top 5. Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, Matt Kenseth, Elliott Sadler, and Jimmy Spencer, the top 10. Plus Dave Blaney and Rusty Wallace on the lead lap.
So a lot of different agendas there, Larry. No tires, 2 tires, but they did do one thing. It got them out front, out of all this melee back here behind them, and that may have been the strategy.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Nemechek in the 25, Bobby Labonte 18. They're clogged up behind Greg Biffle in the 16, Todd Godin and Steve Park in the 1 car, who are all a lap or 2 down.
Clog is the kindest word you could use.
Bottled up. And Nemechek gets by all of them except Greg Biffle. He's looking at Tony Stewart's car. He's in 6th position right now, the 20.
Up to 2nd place, Ryan Newman. Let's have a look at the pit stop summary on this last caution.
There you see Ryan Newman went from 7th to 2nd. Reason he changed only 2 tires, and the reason a lot of guys lost a position, including Bobby Labonte, was, remember, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car. He stayed out, no tires. And I know, just talking to a lot of the crew chiefs, the big fear in no tires or 2 tires is if you now get that 50-something lap green flag run, you're really going to be hurting on left side tires.
When the caution flag comes out and tires are any kind of a factor.
Might be that right front.
That's Joe Nemechek.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Is he in trouble? He is in trouble. Steve.
Middle of 3 and 4. Be ready. Just tighten it up, and that's it. There he is.
And we're heading down to Joe Nemechek's pits. You just heard the audio, him talking to Peter Suspenzo. Ask all the guys if they got the lug nuts tight, and he's on his way.
And they seemed like he was pretty confident it was just the right front, because that's really the only one they went to.
And Peter said, just tighten it up. Don't try to change it. Just tighten it up.
And the problem is he has to maintain that 45 miles per hour. He's halfway down pit road, and the leaders are coming off turn 4. It's going to be tough not to go a lap down.
And he came in right at the front of the field. He was running in the top 5.
I think he'll definitely go a lap down. He's in turn 1 on the apron. Here comes the leaders into turn 1.
And you can't get up on the racetrack till you get to the back straightaway off turn 2.
And you can only run so fast on that apron. It's very slick.
Right up in front of the leaders. So
Car going to be outside.
He's pedaling hard.
At the 12 with him and the 16.
And now he's up to race speed.
Yeah.
But can he stay in front of Earnhardt Jr.?
Okay,
I think he can, because he's got tires. Junior doesn't. So if he can sit there.
We'll be all right.
He's hoping that with all that stuff behind him, something might just possibly fly off of one of these cars.
But you're right. I bet the best thing he has going for him, remember, he has 4 tires. The leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr., has no tires.
No tires. You got him. Is that better?
When you don't get all those lugs tight,
well,
this is a game of making the fewest mistakes.
Yeah, it is. And you never want to beat yourself. I've told my guys that over and over again. It hurts when the competition beats you. It kills you when you beat yourself.
But I think if he'd look up and see him come down the front stretch, he will feel a little better right now, because Nemechek's actually pulling away from Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That's it, Darrell. He's got a loan from the luck bank.
Yeah.
And it might, they might end up okay.
Yeah, he could.
Welcome back to Atlanta, where Joe Nemechek has paid off his loan at the luck bank.
He's a member in good standing now.
Because?
Hood's up on 12. They're going to have a little.
But remember, he had a power steering problem,
fluid,
Dick Berggren, and they're going to work on it.
They can fix it.
Well, that's what they're doing right now. They're trying to fix the power steering. What they've done is just pour some fluid into the power steering unit. Well, this is difficult, though. He's sitting here, and they were worried about whether this engine would refire because it was hot. But he has refired the engine. Hood going back down on Ryan Newman's car. He should wind up the last car on the lead lap with hopefully that power steering fixed. And maybe they really got the chassis dialed in. They've been working on that all day long.
That'll put him back to 12th place, Dick. The reason we're under caution is Jamie McMurray had a right rear tire go down, and the cloud of smoke made it look like he might have been the 3rd Dodge driver to lose an engine today. Such is not the case. They replaced the tire, and he's back out.
That's what when I looked over and he was just smoking like crazy, I said, "Uh-oh, engine failure." But
how much interest do you think we can charge at the luck bank?
Well, I don't know, but I know you can get overdrawn in a real quick.
That's right.
You can use it all up in one afternoon.
Tell you, we talked about Ryan Newman in the 12 car. He'll be the last car on the lead lap. Rusty Wallace, they keep getting that car better and better from the wreck he had where he hit the wall earlier.
Show you some of the lap down cars. Pit stops here were the lead lap cars as they came onto pit road. And in the triple split, Earnhardt Jr., Gordon, and Labonte.
All of these will be 4-tire stops.
Now Tony Stewart is pitted up the lane. You're going to see him come out right alongside Gordon. Here comes Gordon, top of your screen.
I tell you, Jeff's bad qualifying runs has hurt his pit selection. I think it's hurting him getting on off of pit road.
Tell you what, that was awfully close with Tony Stewart in the 20 and his teammate Bob Labonte in the green 18 car.
Matt?
Well, Mike, a 13.7-second stop for Stewart. He says the car just takes a little bit longer to come in, but once it comes in, it starts to come around. He says it's a little bit free at the beginning, but he really hated to mess with it. He didn't want to take a chance on messing up the car set. It feels like it's pretty decent.
All that is, it's a product of aero imbalance. He's either not got enough on the front or he's not got enough on the rear, but the car is out of balance. And a car like that will absolutely drive the driver and the crew chief crazy. I know, that's what's wrong with me.
Tony Stewart has been caught by Jeff Gordon, and Jeff drops to the bottom. Tony's had success in the high lane, but gosh, it looks like Tony just let him go.
It's just a little early yet. Got to make another stop here, and I think Tony's just using his head right now.
Got a wave?
How about it, buddy?
Well, I mean, these two guys know, and boy, Darrell, we're driving off into turn 1. It's getting late in the afternoon. This is terrible here, that sun blinding right in your eyes.
Yeah, even though we got tear-offs on the windshield, this is one of the worst racetracks. You know, Larry, they used to have pine trees around this racetrack, especially down in turns what we used to be 3 and 4, now turn 1, to keep the sun out of your eyes.
Here they come down the front stretch right now. Look at it here, Darrell. This is what these guys see as they drive down the front stretch into turn 1.
Well, you can see, what you see on the right is a whole lot different than what the drivers are. It's pretty clear over there where the tear-offs are, but a long time ago, we didn't have the luxury of having those tire-offs, and it was pretty difficult.
And we've had 9 leaders, 18 different lead changes, 6 cars out of the race, 5 due to engine failure. And this is the most engine failures since the last season when we had 6. That was the most last season at both Talladega and Charlotte. Any particular reason, Jeff?
Because the fact when you get in the throttle here, you really hang a lot of RPM all the way around this racetrack. It's a momentum racetrack, and to do that, you got to keep your foot in the throttle, and it really, really wears these guys out. As you see right now, we got a battle for the lead between Jeff Gordon and Bobby Labonte.
Yeah, Bobby Labonte, a 5-time winner. Jeff Gordon trying to hold him off. Gordon, by the way, started 30th, and no driver has ever won this race from the 30th position. Some have won from further back, and here we go. Let's go upstairs to Mike Joy.
Bobby Labonte, you got to have the feeling it was just a matter of time before he'd be right there at Jeff Gordon's back bumper.
And you also got to see where he's running. See where that car is? On the white line. When you get it all adjusted up, and it's the end of the day, that's right where you want to be.
So for the 132nd lap of this race, Bobby Labonte has been the leader. He's led the most laps today.
But I tell you what, 3rd place Matt Kenseth in that 17 car. He's in 3rd now, and he's a little bit quicker than Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, who's right behind him. Now, just remember, a few laps before that pit stop, he was almost 7 seconds behind. Because of a good race car and a good pit stop, now he's chopped it down to 4 seconds. But if I'm Matt Kenseth, I want to see a yellow flag. I want to put it in the hands of my guy on pit road.
It'd be a big deal right there, but he's nibbling away at these guys up front here. If they get up here and get hung up in any traffic, Katie barred the door.
Kenseth 3rd, Jimmy Johnson 4th, right with him. Dale Jr. is running the same lap times as leader Bobby Labonte, but still fighting that handling issue. Joe Nemechek and Elliott Sadler battle for 8th.
And I've been watching Elliott Sadler in the 38 car. He by far may be the best race car in this final run right here. But again, the problem is they're 3/4 of a lap behind leader Bobby Labonte.
And you can just see these cautions.
Caution is out. Caution is out. Boy, does this change the complexity of this race. And DW, you made the call. Oh, history kicked in again, didn't it, buddy?
Sure did. It's good being a historian.
Ricky Rudd coasted on pit road and into the garage.
And that's a Roush engine too, so that's 3 Roush engines in the garage here along with Mark Martin and Kurt Busch.
Steve Burns.
Caleb Hurd's going to adjust that track bar down 3/4 of a turn. 4 tires for Jeff Gordon. He's gotten just a little bit loose. Jeannie.
Matt Kenseth wanted to make an adjustment on the car because it's a little loose, but he said we do not have the time. 4 tires, that is the plan.
Gordon's out 14-9. Can anybody better that?
Matt Kenseth's right with him, though. They're side by side, but Bobby Labonte in 18's going to beat them both out. Matt Yoakum.
18, everybody goes by Jimmy Johnson. A little slow on the rear. They made an air pressure and wedge adjustment.
Tony had a really slow stop. He's going to come out behind all these guys.
Right about the restart area here at the green grass. Jeff Gordon in the 24 laying back a little bit, but he don't want to lay back too much. He'll have to continue with that lap traffic.
Got a pretty nice run there, Larry. Got a lot of momentum. That little gap he left between he and Bobby Labonte is going to give him a chance to go low and get under Bobby, but Bobby's back in the throttle hard there off turn 2.
And Michael Waltrip went up high, and that held back Matt Kenseth, the third-place car.
But Bobby Labonte, I think, being up in the high groove on a restart, he was able to keep that momentum, start getting it wound up in the high side through 1 and 2. Boy, Dale Earnhardt Jr., he pulls right up to the back bumper of Matt Kenseth in the 17. Actually got him just a little bit loose in turn 4. That's a battle for third.
Something's wrong with that 48 car. He couldn't go.
He got hit on the restart.
And Greg Biffle just got in the back of Ricky Craven trying to get around Jimmy Johnson. Traffic jam. Second week in a row that Johnson has been plagued with trouble toward the end of the race.
Oh, there's an area he's blowing up on the back, I believe.
And another car is slow going into turn 3. That's Andretti. And a car's up near the wall in turn 3.
That's the 99 car.
No caution yet. Caution is out.
Gotta have a caution. Gotta have a caution.
There is action everywhere.
You all right, Jesse?
That's another Roush engine. If it is an engine now, if it is an engine, there's an awful lot of smoke, Darrell. It sure looks like it.
Yep.
Matt?
Mike, Jimmy came on the radio and said, I think there's something wrong with the motor. Right now, Chad is asking me, are you sure it's something wrong with the engine? And Jimmy goes, oh, yeah. It's definitely something's wrong with the engine.
Oh, yeah.
You can smell it.
Well, that's the first of the Chevrolets to have engine trouble today.
Yeah, it's mainly been Dodges and Fords that's had the problems.
3 Roush Fords with engine trouble in the garage. Mark Barton, Kurt Busch, and now Jeff Burton. 3 Dodges, Bill Elliott, Ken Schrader, and Jamie McMurray with engine trouble. And now Jimmy Johnson. Now here's Burton coasting in. Report that there is smoke from Matt Kenseth.
Now Dale Earnhardt Jr., he laid back that time, but Jeff Gordon, you can pass to the right side. He looks like he caught Bobby Labonte maybe sleeping just a little bit, and I think you'll keep the high side, the momentum.
Boy, Bobby's going to have to really get after it right here.
And he did.
He's going to have to come up in front of Jeff, or it's going to be trouble. He couldn't stop him from getting in front of him.
And Junior's coming hard right after the 2 of them.
Boy, did Jeff Gordon drive that thing down into turn 3 that time, and it stuck right around the bottom.
Bobby's in trouble now. He's in the middle with a car in front and a car behind.
"12 laps to go.
And Matt Kenseth right now is just a little too far back in 4th place.
He might be in just the right spot if these 3 guys up here get together. You might want a little cushion right there. I'm thinking Bobby Labonte is not happy about Jeff Gordon getting around him. He's going to try him on the outside.
Boy, it gets close right there.
Man, I tell you, the track is so slick right there.
Labonte forced his way around the outside where there wasn't hardly room to do it. And he wants the lead back and takes it.
And they definitely touched off turn 4. That's where Bobby Labonte's been strong right there on the high side off of turn 2.
He's gone now. That's a good move. I think Dale Jr. is just kind of hanging in there right now. I don't think he can run with those first 2 cars.
10 laps to go this time. Jeff Gordon tried to drive it down in there. His car just wouldn't go through the middle. Bobby Labonte's just stretching it out now.
That 18 car, old Fatback's got her hooked up, hasn't he, Larry?
Yes, he does.
Been good all day long, led to most laps, been out front. And my favorite words, you're pulling away.
And I mean, Darrell, he just ran a 30.25. That's only 0.3 of a second slower than his fastest lap of the day, and that's almost 500 miles into this race.
10 to go, and you're pulling away. That's music to your ears.
2 laps to go, a little over 3 miles for Bobby Labonte.
Greg Biffle's had a good day, guys. He's finishing up here. He's 13th right now. A guy didn't make the race last weekend. That's a Roush car. Pretty nice job.
And I tell you, right in front of him, a guy that's had a good steady run, Ricky Craven in that 32 car. He's 12th 1 lap down.
Again, that's a team, I think, Larry, that's going to get better as the year goes on with the new Pontiac, their own engine program. They got a good program.
And Johnny Benson got a lap down early. Fought hard the rest of the day. He's in 11th place. White flag over the Interstate Batteries MBNA Pontiac of Bobby Labonte, looking for his 6th Atlanta victory.
He's just strolling away on these boys now. He's got him about a 20-car length advantage headed off into turn 3. No lap traffic, clear racetrack.
Off turn 4 and still running laps just above 31 seconds. Here he comes. Bobby Labonte scores his 20th career victory in the Bass Pro Shops MBNA 500. Joe Gibbs Racing, his team, has now won 7 of the last 14 races here. I'm sure it's just coincidence that their pit is located right outside Victory Lane. It's the closest one to it.
Bobby Labonte's going to do us a few donuts here.
Well, it's the MI crickets are coming around the south, rolling straight hammers and bows in that old southern slouch. Please, ain't nothing but incense in my atmosphere. I'm bending corners in my lag by, cause that's how we